If you have ever tried to change your life, worked hard at it, gave it everything you had, and still ended up back in the same place, this video is going to explain exactly why, and more importantly, what to do about it. Can I be honest with you today? Most people who are not stuck because they are lazy. They are not stuck because they lack opportunity. They are not stuck because God forgot about them. They are stuck because of something much closer to home. Something they carry with them every single morning when they wake up. Something so familiar they stopped noticing it. And until you see it clearly, nothing you try will ever stick. Today I want to show you exactly what that hidden enemy is. Do you want to know? Here is the false belief I want to address today. I have tried before and failed. So why try again? Maybe you tried to start a business and it did not work out. Maybe you tried to get out of debt but ended up right back in it. Maybe you tried to change your habits, your mindset, your circumstances, and after a few weeks, everything went back to exactly how it was. And now that past failure has become a story you tell yourself every time a new opportunity appears. The story sounds like this. What is the point? I always end up back here anyway. I want you to know something today. That story is not wisdom. That story is a limit wearing the costume of experience. If we look at Proverbs chapter 24, verse 16, it says, "For though the righteous fall 7 times, they rise again. But the wicked stumble when calamity strikes." Notice what the Bible does not say. It does not say the righteous never fall. It says they rise again. Falling is not the problem. Staying down is the problem. So your past failures are not evidence that you cannot succeed. They are evidence that you are still in the fight. Every time you tried and failed, you were not wasting your time. You were building the foundation for the breakthrough that is coming. So, what is this hidden enemy I am talking about? It is your identity. Not your circumstances, not your past, not your bank account. Your identity. The story you have built about who you are. Here is how it works. Every experience you have ever had has been filed away in your mind as evidence of who you are. And over time, that evidence becomes a verdict. The verdict sounds like this: I am a person who struggles financially. I am a person who cannot finish what I start. I am a person who always get close but never quite make it. And here is the dangerous part. Your brain is designed to keep you consistent with that identity. So every time you try something new, your subconscious mind looks at your identity file and says, "Wait, this is not who we are," and it pulls you back. This is why people can attend seminars, read books, get motivated, start strong, and within just weeks be right back where they started. It was never about the strategy, it was about the identity. You cannot outwork a broken self image. You cannot out hustle who you believe you are at your core. The real work is not changing your actions first. The real work is changing your identity first. And when your identity changes, your actions follow naturally, permanently, without force. I know this personally because I have lived it myself. There was a version of me that tried things and failed, and every failure added another brick to a wall I was building around my own potential. I told myself stories about why it did not work, why it could not work, why people like me do not break through. And those stories felt true because I had evidence for all of them. But one day I realized something that changed everything. The evidence was real, but the verdict was wrong. I had been using my past failures as a life sentence instead of a lesson. The moment I separated what happened to me from who I am, everything began to shift. I stopped asking, why try again? And started asking, what did I learn and how do I apply it differently? That one shift changed the entire direction of my life. So, how do you change your identity? It starts with one simple but powerful practice. Stop defining yourself by what has happened to you and start defining yourself by what God says about you. Because Romans chapter 8, verse 37 says, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him who loved us. Not some of us, not the fast learners, not the ones who never failed. We are. That means you. So today I want you to do one thing. Write down the identity statement that has been holding you back, the verdict you have accepted about yourself. Then next to it, write what God says instead. That simple exercise begins the process of replacing a broken identity with a true one. Because here is what most people never realize. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your identity, which means the moment you change your identity, your goals stop feeling impossible. They start feeling inevitable. So I want to hear from you right now. What is the identity statement that has been holding you back? What is the verdict you accepted about yourself that was never actually true? You can drop it in the comments below. You do not have to carry it alone. And you might be surprised how many people in this community are carrying the exact same thing. And here is what I want you to sit with after this video. Changing your identity is not a one-time decision. It is a daily practice. Every morning you wake up, the old identity is going to try and reassert itself. It is going to show you evidence. It is going to remind you of every failure, every disappointment, every time things did not work out. And every morning you have one job. Choose the true identity over the familiar one. Not because it feels natural yet, but because you have decided that what God says about you is more reliable than what your past says about you. And the more you make that choice, the more natural it becomes. Until one day you wake up and realize the old identity has lost its voice completely. That is the day everything changes. Not dramatically, not all at once, just quietly, permanently, like a limit that existed until you broke it. Now the question is not whether you can change your identity. The question is, what has your old identity been costing you? And how much longer are you willing to pay that price?